Hey guys, Steven here, aka the Boiler Master, with another massive update for you on IQST. It's April 1st. We were all expecting the close of QXTEL today, but instead we got the 10K. Now, they did confirm that QXTEL is closing today, but we haven't even got that announcement yet. They gave us the 10K with some bombshell news. So I'm going to go through that PR, talk a little bit about the financials, what might be coming up for us. Just keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor, just a guy that likes the stock, likes some coffee, and does DD, and shares his personal opinions. So here's the PR. IQSTEL announces 55% annual revenue growth to over 144 million. PR Newswire, New York, April 1st, 2024. IQST today announced publishing the company's 2023 annual report of SEC Form 10K. The company achieved $144,502,000 in annual revenue and reported a positive net income for the last 2 quarters of the year. That's awesome, guys. Q3 and Q4 were both profitable for us. So 2023 revenue increased 55% over the revenue for the previous year. CEO Leandro Iglesias has published a letter to shareholders with highlights of the annual report. The letters to shareholders is included in its entirety below. Dear shareholders, the company published its 2023 annual financial report on SEC Form 10K. I'm writing here to highlight some exceptional metrics from the report. You can see more details regarding the company's financial performance in this graphical representation. And I'll go through the slides in that link here in a minute. 2023 financial performance is entirely organic. The company did not execute any acquisitions in 2023. So that's all organic growth, guys. The company achieved exceptional revenue growth, reaching $144.5 million in 2023, a 55% increase over fiscal year 2022. So we had put them down off their preliminary revenue of $140 million, which was a 50% increase. They did $144.5 for a 55% increase. And guys, there weren't any acquisitions last year. That's all organic growth. Gross profit reached $4.7 million in 2023, a 161% increase over 2022. Total assets reached $22.2 million December 31st, a 77% increase over 2022. Shareholder equity reached $8 million in December, a 38% increase over 2022. So everything is just exploding for us, guys. Revenue reached $47.3 million in Q4, nearly doubling Q1. That's crazy. Man, we'd had them at like $42 million in Q4. They did $47.3 million in Q4. It's insane, guys. Operating income reached a positive $184,000, more than 1.5 times what Q3 did. So positive operating income and net income achieved in the last 2 quarters. IQSTEL has achieved a key milestone by establishing a positive operating income and net income trend now demonstrated for 2 consecutive quarters, and this has notably been accomplished without the benefit of any acquisitions in 2023. We expect to sustain and increase this positive operating and net income trend throughout 2024. With the imminent closing of QXTEL acquisition executed today, April 1st, 2024, our new goal for 2024 is to achieve $500,000 per quarter in operating income. On behalf of our independent board of directors, we want to thank our partners, customers, and shareholders, investors, management, and our employees for all the loyal support throughout our journey to become a $1 billion revenue company. Man, this is exciting, guys. So not only did they show a profit in Q3 and Q4, but they are actually closing the QXTEL acquisition today like we expected. It says, with the imminent closing of QXTEL acquisition executed today, April 1st. It's happening today. We should get a PR about it anytime. And the thing to remember there is that QXTEL is a profitable company too. They're doing over $80 million a year and over $1 million in net income, and that was not part of any of these financials. So IQST is profitable now. They've told us that the margins and the gross profit continued to improve. The last PR, I believe, said that Q4 was better than Q3, and Q1 so far was even better than Q4. So Q1's got to be profitable too, and they're closing QXTEL today. That's going to add their profit and net income into Q2 financials. So they're just set up that they're profitable going forward, guys. So they're officially a profitable company, growing 100% year over year. It's, man, I can't tell you how exciting this news is. I want to go through these slides, and I want to talk a little bit about the 10K. Now, you guys know I'm going to be going crazy over that 10K report for days, probably the rest of the week, going through, editing all my graphs and charts and stuff. But I do want to touch just real quick on the share price. You guys saw that it had closed Friday at $38.99, 39 cents. Today, before this news even came out as an actual press release, they always come out an email first. So I saw it. Shane, some others had seen it, but it wasn't out there for everybody to see. But as soon as that came out, somebody dumped a ton of shares. They just immediately crashed the price. People are asking, oh my God, good news. Why is it down? Why is it down? Well, like I explained online, personal opinion of mine, we were up 65% over the last week, something like that. And the moment news was released, before anybody had any time to even read it or open the filing and see what was in it, a massive sell-off. That's expected, guys. It's bad actors that take an opportunity like this and try and turn it into a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, no matter what the news is. Somebody dumping that many shares and causing a flash crash, 15% down, before anybody's even had time to look at the 10K. That's not about the news. That's about somebody taking the opportunity to short the stock, crash it down. When it settles, they buy back cheaper, and they walk away with a 10, 12, 15% profit in 30 minutes of time. It's just somebody crashing it intentionally. So personally, I loaded the fucking boat today. I appreciate it. I even put that on Facebook or StockTwits that I'm buying more. Fuck them. I'm happy for the opportunity. So I didn't know what to expect from Q4. Historically, that's always their highest revenue, but also they have a lot of end-of-year expenses. So I didn't know if they were going to be profitable or not. But they pulled it off for us, man. Q4 is profitable. I have zero doubt whatsoever they're going to remain profitable going forward. So this news is absolutely huge. If you're wondering why the share price dropped, well, it went right down to support where we were at 33.5, 34 range, bounced, stabilized, and just reestablished that we flipped that range from resistance to support. So I'm going to say it's actually pretty good for the chart. I would have rather seen it go up today, obviously, but going down, bouncing off that support level, I took that as a good thing for the charts and a hell of a buying opportunity. I think I increased my position by over 10% today. I made a couple small buys, and then I said, "Fuck it." I sold some of my Bitcoin and freed up cash and bought more. That's how excited I am over this, man. Guys like me and Shane are talking about it, and we are just absolutely stoked. So I don't think for a second any of the longs are selling. It's day traders and stop losses being triggered and people shorting it. It is what it is, but we're not worried about that because we're invested long term. We're looking at the future. We're looking at what these financials are going to look like for 2024 and 2025, and this intraday trading is irrelevant to me. It's nothing but a buying opportunity. Sorry, guys, I'm getting excited. So let's jump into these slides they put together for us. There's some nice charts in there. I want to go over some of that for you. All right, so let's go through the slides. They linked this in the PR. You guys can click on that and check it out. But first slide here is just financial progression for 2023 based on the 10K filing. Next slide, important cautions regarding forward-looking statements. So there's some disclosures in there just about risk and forward-looking statements. You guys can read that. Consistent revenue growth. So you guys can see here, this is what they did for 2023. I put a lot of these charts together for you guys. I'm glad they're doing it for me now. Q1, you can see just under 25. I think Q1 was 24,666,000 if I remember right. So 24 million, over 30 million for Q2, almost 40 million for Q3, and then 47 million for Q4. It's a beautiful trend up. The growth is just so beautiful, consistent with this company. And like I said, 2023, this is their growth trend, and there were no acquisitions last year. That is all organic growth. Positive gross profit evolution. So next slide. You guys can see it was Q1 was pretty high, 1.2 million. Q2 dipped back down a little bit, but then nice and consistent coming up from there. Q2 is about 800,000. Q3 just over a million. Q4 over 1,000,006. So that's 1.6 million plus in Q4 alone. And talked about gross profit in my last video. I told you guys we know they were doing over $1 million a quarter now, but they're telling us that it's continuing to improve. Didn't know how much. Well, Q4 did over 1.6 million in gross profit, and they're closing QXTEL today, and QXTEL does about $1 million in gross profit. So just quick math on that, call it 2.6 million gross profit a quarter, puts them over 10 million gross profit a year is what we can expect going forward. And that's just the baseline. You guys can see it's improvement every quarter. So that is really exciting. Next slide, keeping the profitable trends. And that's exactly what they're doing. Q1 last year was operated a loss. Obviously, Q2 was a loss. Q3 was profitable. Q4 is profitable. So it's a nice, consistent trend up. They are continuing to tell us that they're going to remain profitable with a positive operating income and positive net income going forward. Next slide, our bottom line stays positive, and basically the same thing, but this one is net income instead of operating income. So you can see Q1 and 2 last year were at a loss. Q3, Q4 were both profitable. So just amazing to see. Key financial summary. You guys pause it, look through all of this if you want, but it's just basically emphasizing what's going on each quarter, how it's improving. Q3, Q4 both positive operating income and positive net income, which is great to see. Talks about the year-over-year performance, and it just reiterates that the revenue was 144.5 million, which is 55% year-over-year increase. The gross profit went from 1.8 million to 4.7 million, 161% increase year-over-year, and the operating income, a loss for the year because of Q1 and 2, but you can see that 22 to 23, they improved on operating income by almost $3 million. It was they improved it by 90%. Net income, same thing. It's a loss for the year because of Q1 and Q2 last year, but they improved that by 96%. They were $5.8 million loss in 2022, a $219,000 loss for the full year of 2023. But I will say Q4 last year had some accounting adjustments. If I remember right, that accounted for change in fair value of derivative liabilities, and that was about $2.5 million of that net income in 2022. So we knew it wasn't going to be anywhere near that. But that was a big concern, is what did Q4 last year do? Was there any other surprises in there? What's Q4 going to look like? We really didn't know. Finding out Q4 was positive net income it's fucking amazing, guys. There's no more concerns about Q4 being a lot of end of year expenses anymore. They showed us they have turned everything around. We don't care about Q1 and Q2 because we're forward looking when we're investing in stocks. That's 3-4 quarters ago, like looking at 3-4 years ago. The only thing that's good for is projecting out trends to see what they're going to do in the future. And everything indicates, all their PRs are telling us that the future is going to stay positive operating income and positive net income. They are a profitable company now. I can't emphasize how important that is, because they will no longer rely on dilution to cover the cost of operations. The only time we should see any share increases is if it's for an acquisition, and that's to purchase an acquisition, and it's value added for shareholders. If they increase the shares a little bit to buy another company, the new company offsets that level of dilution. So no more issuing shares to cover operations because they're at a loss. They're positive operating income, positive net income now. This is just fucking beautiful. All right. Conclusions. The company's revenue and operating income is consistently trending up. The company now has 2 consecutive quarters of positive consolidated operating income. The strategic focus on the company's telecom division is producing expected results. Now, let me pause there and say I've shared in my other videos that they told us in the shareholders meeting, and there's a slide that says they shifted focus away from some of their projects to primarily focus on telecom last year and achieve that positive operating income and cut some of those extra costs out to get to this point. So they wouldn't have to rely on any other sources of income. They're self-sustaining now. And there was also a PR I mentioned just a couple days ago on the boards. They even consolidated, I believe it was Etelix, however, I'm not sure how to say that, Etelix. Anyways, Etelix and Swisslink consolidated the two, and that was expected to improve the bottom line by $500,000, according to the PR. So clearly what they did last year worked for them. They're continuing to move forward in that manner. It's just, I'm really glad to see all this paying off. And it's like I said the other day, all the DD indicates this is coming. Now we've got confirmation. The DD is right. The PRs are right. Man, it feels good. Getting back to it. Management expects current trends to continue through fiscal year 2024 and to be multiplied with the addition of QXTEL, closing date April 1st, 2024. That is today. So if you guys haven't seen it, look at my other video. I went through the Super 8K they gave us about QXTEL. We see all of QXTEL's financials for the last 2 years. QXTEL is doing over $80 million a year consistently. They're doing about $4 million in gross profit. They're doing over $1 million net income, even after taxes. There's over $1 million in net income. All of that is being added to the balance sheet as of today, the first day of Q2. So all of Q2 is going to have QXTEL contributing to the balance sheet as well. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, holy shit, guys. Looking at the financials for Q1, we're going to get preliminary revenue soon. They already gave it to us a couple of weeks ago, how they were doing halfway through March. Record-breaking numbers. Q1 last year only did $24.7 million in revenue. So we're looking at over 100% year-over-year growth and profitable. And then when Q2 comes, you got QXTEL contributing to it, adding $20 million or more from QXTEL. Q2 is going to show over 100% year-over-year growth and profitable as well. Every single quarter this year is going to be the same damn PR, over 100% year-over-year growth and profitable. It's fucking crazy, guys. I can't wait for it. Another thing, I'm kind of disappointed this is the end of the quarter because it looks like March is going to be their first month ever breaking $20 million a month. And man, I was so excited. It was like 12, 14 months ago or something. They had their first ever $10 million month. Now they're hitting $20 million months. You add QXTEL to April, and is April going to be their first $30 million month? Are we going to get that PR? I mean, man, they were right in their last PR. They are breaking record after fucking record, man. Oh, I'm so excited. Get back to it. All right. Last slide here is contact the founders, and it's got CEO and the CFO on here, and investors at IQSTEL.com. If you guys have any questions about the company, shoot them an email. I talk to Brad on a regular basis. He does everything he can to get us answers, clarify things in PRs and stuff. Brad, let me say I really appreciate you. Leo, fucking right on, man. 100% faith in you guys. Appreciate everything you and the entire management team is doing. I am looking forward to QXTEL joining the team. And let me just say for a second, this record-breaking growth in Q1 they're seeing right now, it's because they told us back in January and February that they hadn't closed the acquisition yet, but the cross-selling was already happening. The management teams were meeting every week. They were already growing and creating those synergies. We can see what IQST is doing. They're breaking records right now in Q1. We don't know what QXTEL is doing, but I can fucking bet you QXTEL's revenue is exploding too. So it's supposed to add $20 million a quarter. Are they already doing 25? Are they already doing 30? What the fuck is QXTEL going to put on the balance sheet in Q2? I'm so fucking excited, guys. 2024 is our fucking year. I've been researching this company for 3 fucking years now, and I've been saying, man, 2024, 2025, that's the target. That's when the financials make sense, and holy shit, they are exploding way the hell behind anything I ever expected, man. I bought more shares today. I even sold some fucking Bitcoin to buy more IQST, and whoever the hell pushed it down for that quick little 10% dip for your little profit, thank you, because I loaded the fucking boat again. I am so happy. So, all right, enough, man. I'm just rambling, but looking forward to it. I can't wait to talk to you guys some more about it on the message boards. Join us in the ambassadors group. It's going to be a hell of a ride, everybody. All right, I got to say again, not a financial advisor, just personal opinions. You guys got to do your own research. You got to verify everything I say. It's the stock market. There's no guarantees on anything. So know the risk, do your DD, do not invest off anything that I say. All right, let's go talk about it some more on the message boards, guys. Looking forward to it. Thanks.